Blessed Charles of Austria. Feast Day, October 21st. Title: Blessed Charles of Austria, the life of an emperor devoted to God and peace. Once upon a time, in the picturesque region of Lower Austria, a noble soul named Charles was born to Archduke Otto and Princess Maria Josephine of Saxony in the year 1887. From his very beginnings, Charles was destined for greatness, and it was evident in the depth of his faith. As he grew in a devout Catholic family, he received an education steeped in the teachings of the Church. His heart was drawn to the Eucharist and the Sacred Heart of Jesus, setting the stage for a life marked by unwavering devotion. It was during these early years that he embraced a personal motto, one that would guide him throughout his life: I strive always in all things to understand as clearly as possible and follow the will of God, and this in the most perfect way. In 1911, at the age of 24, Charles married Princess Zita of Bourbon and Parma. Their union would not only be one of love but a partnership in faith and purpose. Together, they embarked on a journey that would impact the world in profound ways. The world was on the brink of chaos when, in 1914, the assassination of Archduke Francis Ferdinand set off the cataclysmic events of World War I. It was in this tumultuous period that Charles emerged as the presumptive heir to the throne of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The weight of responsibility now rested on his shoulders, and he saw his role as a divine mandate. His mission was clear: to implement Christian charity and social reform in a world torn apart by conflict. Amidst the horrors of war, Charles worked tirelessly to end the bloodshed. His unwavering commitment to peace set him apart as a unique leader during these trying times. Notably, he was the only monarch who supported Pope Benedict XV's earnest efforts for peace, demonstrating his dedication to both his faith and his people. In 1916, following the death of his great-uncle, Emperor Francis Joseph, Charles ascended to the throne, becoming the Emperor of Austria and King of Hungary. His reign was characterized by a steadfast commitment to serving his subjects and improving their lives. His office, he believed, was a divine calling, a means to bring Christian values to the forefront of governance. Despite the challenges and opposition he faced, Charles never wavered in his pursuit of peace and justice. His compassionate heart extended beyond his own borders as he sought to prevent the rise of communism in Central Europe, even from his place of exile in Switzerland. In 1921, he made two valiant attempts to regain his throne, driven by his love for his people. However, he ultimately chose to relinquish his claim, fearing the outbreak of a civil war. Remarkably, he never formally abdicated, clinging to the hope that one day he could return to serve his people in a time of peace. His journey led him to the island of Madeira, Portugal, where he lived a life of humble prayer and devotion, embracing poverty as a form of penance. There, in the midst of his solitude, he maintained his title, refusing to abandon his calling as a ruler and a servant of God. Tragically, Charles's life was cut short by pneumonia, and he passed away in 1922. His unwavering commitment to faith, peace, and service to others had left an indelible mark on the world. It was a mark that would not go unnoticed. In 2004, Pope John Paul II recognized the sanctity of Charles and beatified him, bestowing upon him the title of Blessed Charles of Austria. His story serves as a testament to the power of faith, the pursuit of peace, and the enduring legacy of one man's devotion to the will of God, even in the face of immense adversity. Blessed Charles of Austria, a true hero of faith and peace, continues to inspire generations with his remarkable journey through life. I highly recommend subscribing to the channel for daily inspiration from the saints, including Blessed Charles of Austria. Don't forget to send blessings in the comments, share the videos on your social networks, and receive blessings from the community.